So after you've done all of that beautiful neck work and you feel a little bit loose, you're going to make your way into the shoulders. And you can start with just kind of raking, using again the finger pads, and you're going to be raking your traps forward, right? You're going to feel maybe a little bit bumpy, a little tight. You can take a while and continue to do this and really warm that tissue up. And then once you feel like you've warmed that up a little bit, you can go alternate, right? So do one at a time. You're going to take your hand and you're just going to kind of squeeze at that tight area. And just move your thumb and fingers and wiggle at the traps a little bit. Sometimes it's nice to bend into that area and then move away from it. And you'll find when you move in certain directions, your traps will feel a little bit tighter, a little bit looser. I like to grab onto it and then move my head around, and that kind of helps the muscles start to lengthen a little bit more and release. So moving to one side and then going into the other side, grabbing hold of it. Give it a pinch. You want to almost feel like you're lifting it off the bone. And then move the head in different directions as you pin that muscle. And you'll start to feel some nice release happening in there. So take some time to do that. Once you've worked the shoulders, then you're going to move into working on the arms. And you can do, both at the same time. I like to do one at a time. I feel like it's better to focus and then allow one hand to rest while you're working on the other. And so you can go in and just do the same thing, like a scooping and a rolling at the shoulders. I like to take my finger pads again and kind of push into the back area, my rear delts. It can be really tender there for people. And like I said, feeling those tender areas and kind of pushing and then even moving will help to relieve those tender points. So don't be afraid to go a little bit deep if that's what you're looking for. So as you continue to kind of move through, make sure you get both sides of that upper extremity there. The biceps, a lot of times when we're working on people, our arms are constantly bent. So you can imagine how tight your bicep must feel. So it's good to extend it out, and then I like to push my thumb into the bicep belly there to help relieve some of that tension. Then you're going to start to make your way down into the forearm, and you're going to grab onto that fatty part of the forearm there. There's a lot of muscle in there, and you're just going to, again, similar to what you were doing with your traps, you're going to kind of pinch it and pull it and move it off of the bone, maybe off to the side. I like to take my forearm from the other hand and just kind of roll on it, going like that, using the bone there. That gets in a little bit deeper. People that are constantly using your hands, this is a great way to relieve some of that pressure. While you're doing this, you can flex and extend your hands too, and that can get a little bit more intense, but it will definitely help relieve some of that muscle tension. Turn the arm over and get the softer part there. And then start to move into the hand. You're going to push on that thenar eminence and that soft part and just kind of push in there. That's a nice tension reliever. Make your way into the thumb. You're going to squeeze at the sides there and then give a gentle tug. And then it's really nice to kind of push on the nail bed. My daughter loves when I do that to her. You're going to go along each joint and do the same thing, a gentle squeezing in and pulling, and then pushing at the finger pad, or at the nail bed, sorry. And then continue with each finger, and then taking your thumb and just kind of spreading out in the palm, stretching the fingers this way, and stretching that way. And then you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And when you're done, just take your wrists, take your hands and clasp them together and move in circular motions. It might feel a little tender, but it helps to kind of relieve some of that tension in the joints. Stretching both sides. And that is the shoulders and the arms and hands.